Welcome back to Crusader Kings. So a lot of you have been leaving some comments on the past couple of episodes, the sort of ideas for the campaign. Oh, and also I saw about 100 comments saying that we wouldn't have been able to get to the top of the Maester Society, the Citadel, because we're a landed character. You can join if you have a domain size of 1, but you can only get to the first 2 ranks. So thank you for pointing that out. In hindsight, I'm kind of glad that we weren't able to join it then, because that would have been just a massive waste of time, because we'd have only ever got to Acolyte. So what's the plan for the series then? Well, I've seen a lot of comments and a lot of suggestions all basically saying the same thing. So in the Game of Thrones lore, and I kind of like this because it's also a good sequel to the previous series as well, to Gogosos. In Game of Thrones lore, there is another lost free city, Assaria, which was, another Valyrian part of the Freehold. So the Freehold was all of this area, including obviously what would be the shattered remains of Valyria there. But Assaria was one of those kingdoms that was very quickly lost to the Dothraki, so reconquering this would be kind of cool, but I think it's also quite unique in that it's not the same as the last series where we, rebuilt the ruins and sort of carried on a lost legacy. We're actually building a completely new, fresh kingdom, because these are nomad provinces, right? There's nothing there at all. So we get complete control over how we want the kingdom to look. We could genuinely fill every single holding with nothing but castles if we wanted to, and just be an absolute military powerhouse. We could fill it all with cities and have more gold than, everywhere else in Essos combined. I think that's kind of a cool campaign, and not really something I've done before with the whole sort of nomad reconquista. And I think obviously at the same time we have to grab ourselves North Valyria, mainly because that's, the last surviving Valyrian province, and it's where we are right now anyway. It's sort of our starting de jure territory there. But along that route, we would also have to kick out oh, have they not colonized it? They haven't. I was about to say we'll have to kick out, Yunkai, Nugis, Astapor, who have probably colonized these, but they haven't. So the Isle of Cedars there were part of Valyria. I believe they were actually taken from the Gishkari Empire in one of the first Valyrian Gishkar Wars, which was this area. I wonder if there is a sort of de jure. Yeah, there absolutely is. So this area was like Valyria's biggest rival before Valyria crushed them, and then now they all speak Valyrian, so good job there. We're going to hopefully take these as well and sort of carry on that old Valyrian legacy. I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know why these facepacks, they always have ears on their heads. Look at that. Why? I've no idea. As directed by Hideo Kojima. Anyway, we're going to try and grab all of these as well. Now, we've got to be very careful because, obviously, Topbog Spoff and the Shadow Sea do have Karth, or at least claims on Karth. I don't know why it's all splintered as much as it has. Weird. So we've got to be very careful taking Topbog's de jure territory, because I'm sure he won't think twice to kicking us out of that, because they've got a ridiculous amount of men, and obviously he is an insanely powerful character here as well. That being said, right now we are obviously this very tiny little island, so that is a long, long way away. Can we colonize these? Are we within distance to colonize them? No, we're not. We need to be a neighbor or within 2 sea provinces, so we would have to conquest Mantaris to be able to get to Anagaria, Draconis, and the Howling Bogs. I'd like to do that first, because as Volantis has now reformed, they've lost their capital though. The capital is, funnily enough, Volantis. They seem to have lost it. I don't know why. Anyway, we will try and grab these before Volantis, the newly reformed Volantis, come and colonize them before we actually get a chance to. I don't particularly want to go to war with Volantis, because they are very, very powerful. And obviously, being a republic too, they could just hire 1 million men. Why does he have a vassal limit of... Excuse me? Okay, there we go. I'll tell you what the problem was. So, I suppose a little announcement as well while I'm on the subject of it. I did have a mod, a cheat menu mod enabled, because I am working on the religion modding tutorial video. Should be out tomorrow, because there's been a lot of interest in that. And one of the things I was using was a cheat menu to quickly grab all the holy sites to make sure that Reformation was working for the custom religion I was trying to, do in the modding tutorial. That explains that. There we go. I think we should be... Yeah, we're all fixed now. Okay, that was a little bit confusing there for a second. So, grabbing these should be our first priority, but obviously building ourselves up as well in the meantime would be pretty great. So where do we stand in the whole sort of High Valyrian restoration? Well, our wife was able to educate 2 of the kids, but obviously not the other 2. So we've got 2 Illyrian sons and a High Valyrian daughter and son. Aeneas Zapaeryan is going to be our next character that we play as anyway. Genius, willful, affectionate, and humble. Not the best character, but he's going to be a good diplomat, so we'll definitely go for that one. Why the fuck does he have a claim on the Kingdom of the Seven Thrones? Because his mother was a Targaryen. I never thought about that. Huh. I mean, that works out pretty well for us, seeing as... Obviously, we're not going to press it. I don't think anybody wants to see me playing Westeros again. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize they inherited down like that. She must have had a strong claim on the throne. I never even noticed. Weird. So they did have their own bloodline as well, but I assume that's only... Yeah, matrilineal transfer, patrilineal inheritance, so we wouldn't have been able to do that. Maybe in the future, we could find some Targaryens to marry patrilineally to inherit their bloodlines and maybe do some bloodline farming. So it's not something I've really done very much, seeing as I haven't played much Holy Fury. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's carry on. Apparently, we're immediately... A lot of you seem like a little bit torn on the whole slave trading thing. As much as it kind of doesn't... I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it also doesn't. Valyrian's traditional slaver. This dude worked his way up, and obviously, you know, you can see they're diligent. He's cynical. He's arbitrary. So clearly his slavery days took an effect on him. But the issue is, slavery is so powerful in this mod, and everybody around us... I mean, this is Slaver's Bay. That's called that for obvious reasons. Volantis, massive slave traders. We've got Gogasos to ourselves, obviously massive slave traders. If we don't engage in it, we're really heavily nerfing ourselves when everybody else has access to this ridiculous system that lets them build up and gain a lot of taxes and obviously gain a lot of troops. Not having that, I think, will put us on the back foot quite significantly. So, and anyway, I feel like it kind of suits this dude, right? Like I said, he's a Darwinist. He worked up from nothing, and now, you know, he's probably got the same mindset applied to him. And I mean, it's not like he's come out the best guy either. He did burn his wife to death last episode. A job well done. Good work, team. Okay, so, what are our decisions? I did notice, and I don't know how I've missed this before, that as an alchemist, we have the option to search for ingredients. Where did I see that? Yeah, acquire ingredients. Have we always been able to do this? I have no idea why. Anyway, we might as well go for one that's cheap and easy. Marketplace will cost us gold, so we'll just go hunting in the forest for animal parts, just to fulfill it, eh? I don't understand what we can do with it, because obviously that's part of the Hermetic Society, and to my knowledge, the Alchemist Guild, from what we've seen of it anyway, doesn't use any of that, so I don't know. Picello, no ambition for you. I honestly thought that was my son then for a second. I was going to, you know, be quite happy about that. Treatise of fishing with an angle. Right, let's take a look. So that one is not bad. Yeah, quality 2, general opinion +2, stewardship +1, diplomacy +1 is fairly alright. What do we need to have this bow? Oh, we need to be a trained fighter. Shit. Wait, does that not fulfill our artifact treasury? There we go. I was going to say, I want to become a trained fighter, so we want to take the ambition too, funnily enough, improve combat ability, so that way we can actually use our bow. Nice, okay, that worked out really well. This character's turning out pretty well, I think. We've gotten some nice bonuses already. It's impressive treasury. Where do we see the treasury bonuses? Where have you... Oh, right, it's here now. Fucking Holy Fury. Effective artifacts, we get 0.25 prestige, diplomacy, stewardship, general opinion +2, and vassal opinion +3. That's pretty decent. It's not great, but, I mean, we haven't been playing for that long, so you'll have to let me off. It actually did work. That's so weird. So we got ourselves heart, gallbladder, and snout, classic. All those things I'd like, along with my dragonbone bow and bracelet there, building quite the collection. The thing is, I don't know what we're going to do with them. Can we give them as gifts? Does it give opinion if we give people, like... Okay, you can't grab them as gifts because they're society artifacts. I was just curious, because obviously I don't think that's supposed to be working as intended. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh, well. So what claims have we got? Oh, of course, we can claim King's Landing. Right, yeah. No, I was thinking that was a little strange that we had. Of course, we can press it for XX Darksteel, Shadow Dragonlord, XXX Zapaeryan there. Brilliant. Ariana arrived in our court. I don't know who you are, but our characters are married. She's got pretty decent stewardship. She's attractive. Why the hell not? There we go. Right. I wasn't looking to have any more, you know, any more heirs. I think we've got fine. I think we're doing pretty well. As far as that would go, just keeping the Targaryen-born children is pretty good. You know what? She'll do just for the intrigue bonus. Honestly, I probably should have gone with stewardship, but that's fine either way. We're way below our domain limit. Man, I should try and grab something. They'll be well paid, I assure you. So Mantaris is going to be our first big goal here. You know, as forming North Valyria should definitely be our first port of call. They've got 9,000 men. What about Tolos? You look a little bit... Oh, man, they're both quite powerful, aren't they? And what are we looking at in terms of troop count? So building ourselves up a little bit with probably the business focus for Isle. Oh, you guys have been pointing out lots in the comment section, by the way, and hopefully we get the option to. If you take the business focus, you can establish a new bank. Absolutely, that's what we're going to try and do with this character then. Without a shadow of a doubt, that sounds like a pretty decent plan to me. After ordering your guards back, you join in the wild melee. You got several blows in before the ruffians react to your presence, but things go poorly when you fight one of them on even terms. Soon you lie bruised in the mud with the taste of blood in your mouth. Your smiling opponent offers his hand to help you up. Thank you for the lesson, friend. 50% chance getting the trait Poor Fighter. 50% chance getting the trait Wounded, lose 15 prestige. You know what? Taking Poor Fighter. Hey, nice. There we go. That worked out incredibly. I'd like to get rid of Stressed and Drunkard. Taking the business focus probably not good for business there. I was going to say not good for our character's health. -1 health and -1 health from Drunkard as well. Doesn't make us particularly healthy, I'll be honest with you. We'd probably look at a lifespan of about 50 before we drop down dead, so I'm not a big fan of this. Theology, I think, is the best way to get rid of those, but I don't particularly want to go for the theology focus. It kind of defeats the whole point of fanning them. Right on cue. We have died. Lord Brapaeryan Zapaeryan died at the grand old age of 39 from too much drink. A hideous man. He repulsed all those who set eyes upon him. Honestly, You were a stepping stone to greater things. We are now playing as Lord Aeneas of Valyria. We've got a tyrannical stain, slave owner. We're 10 with 14 diplomacy. More importantly, we are a genius. And as High Valyrian, let me just test something here. Small private funeral will suffice. And Darksteel Shadow Dragonlord is our next heir. Let me test something here. Arrange marriage. Arrange betrothal. 2. What about your sister? Send a letter out to the realm as the last surviving High Valyrians in Elyria. And I think it would be impossible to get anyone else, bearing in mind the way the last marriage went. I think we have to do it. I think we're going to marry Hayserasis just because she is an attractive genius. She's a very, very good character. Now, I think giving them the same educator would also help out quite a lot as well. So, let's go for... Oh man, any good educator would be good at this stage, because we're really going to struggle otherwise. Wynia is actually very good. Attractive, diligent, greedy, humble. Diligent is great. Generally, I prefer a diplomat, though. We're looking for someone who's patient and diligent. Those are the 2 key childhood education traits. Let me see what I can pull up. You know what, honestly? My Mellow, Chief General of Latnia. He's a merman, so he's from Mir, funnily enough, by Pentos. Family person, diligent, just, and a grey eminence. Honestly, these are all very, very good traits for someone we probably want to educate us. Fine, you know what? You're hired. I'll take it. Let's see how well this ends up. This might be a horrible, horrible idea, but we'll see. Right, so you and... you only had 9 diplomacy, though, which is a little bit of a shame, but there we go. And then if you could also educate, assign Guardian, Hayserasis, there we go. To the same dude, just so they grow up together and obviously like each other a little bit more. Aha, there we go, that's what I was expecting. The Valyrian Freehold politics was dominated by 40 families of great wealth, high birth, and strong sorceress ability known as Dragonlords. They spoke the High Valyrian language and had a great skill in shaping stone. Incest and polygamy were common practices among the blood of Old Valyria. So, because we are High Valyrian and we were educated by a High Valyrian, our mother was a Targaryen, our grandfather is King Aegon the Unworthy, I feel like saying... I am the blood of Old Valyria. We become legitimate High Valyrians. Become known... Oh, shit, we get a bloodline with that? Damn, that was quick. And we also give... Oh, so the bloodline just gives 10 prestige, dragon hatching and dragon taming, so it's not that impressive. Or we can say, I'm a true descendant of the Dragonlords of Old Valyria. They're now considered of divine blood. Become legitimate High Valyrian. Will be subject to the Targaryen coin flip event. So this is cool. The coin flip event... So there's a quote in the books. It's like, whenever a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin and the world... waits with bated breath or something like that. So one side is madness and one side is brilliance, basically. So whenever your character turns like 12, you get this coin flip event, right? Where you either get something like lunatic, paranoid, or you get something like ambitious, shrewd, you know, a really, really good trait to make up for it. So there's a lot of RNG associated with this, but with some clever air management, you can really make it work. I think we're obviously going to go for this one. We'll get Divine Blood, we'll get the coin flip event, Founder of a Bloodline, absolutely. Nice. Let's take a look at that. There we go. Blood of the Dragon. So founded on the 30th of 5th moon. Month prestige, yep, bloodline of the Dragonlords of Old Valyria. That's cool. I mean, we are just an offshoot of the Targaryens at the end of the day. Maybe, I mean, he was a slave, so he probably didn't have anything going for him. That's cool. So the other 2 kids who weren't High Valyrian actually didn't get that outcome. That's a nice little feature they've added there. So, ideally, we never want to play as Dark Edge Sasuke or XX Dragonsteel Dragonlord, or whatever the hell I called him, for hopefully obvious reasons. Not just because of the name, but also because they do lack that bloodline in Divine Blood now. So it's just Aeneas and Hayserasis who have that bloodline and those traits. That's cool. My lord, I have spent the past few months trying to improve your good reputation. I have sent many ravens and met with more notable nobles of the realm. I managed to quash certain rumors about your person. Thank you. I mean... I don't know why we were... Oh, because old Brapaeryan burnt our current character's mother. I don't know why that tyranny would pass on to the son. Doesn't seem entirely fair, but there we go. We've lost all of our tyranny now. Thank God for that. Oh, shit. You're not getting an education. So you want to be probably trained in... So, excuse me. Pause the game. Thank you. Man, intrigue would be good, but seeing as she is wife, I think stewardship would be pretty great. You know, mainly just because of the extra bonuses you get from doing that. She's also very good at stewardship to start off with, so Midas Touch for the fertility as well probably couldn't go amiss. I think we should probably try and sell everyone in our court that we can, so let's get rid of you. Time to do business. Do you want to get rid of him? Nope. Anybody interested? Maybe I should have waited. Oh, 15 gold coins. You know what? I'll take it. The only reason is because we can't really do much as a child, so we want to earn as much money as possible, so while we've got nothing else to do, we can at least build up Elyria, right? Flora was not... I was not able to sell her. Breed slave. There are no other male slaves, unfortunately. We could just keep 2 around and keep churning out a bunch of kids to sell. Seems a little bit weird. This is a little bit strange. I mean, given everything else we've done in every other campaign, I don't know why this is putting me off. Right, we could take out a loan as well. although there are new loan systems, they're a bit more aggressive with taking back the loans that you take out. So you used to be able to before say, you know, you'll not get a penny from me and lose some prestige or whatever. These days, they will actually fund people to come and attack you and take back the coin. So maybe we won't do that. Who the hell was in hiding? I have no idea. Anyway, let's build up Elyria. So I did want to get the training grounds as soon as possible. So we need guard stations. To get guard stations, we need the next level of, where is it? Patrol posts. Man, we still need so much gold. Holy shit. It's time to receive a proper education. Life is so full of opportunities. What will I become? A very good diplomat, I think. Oh man, really, Willful is not good for diplomacy. In fact, his best outcome would be Marshal. Well, actually, yeah, no, actually, Marshal would be better. So these two cancel out. Consider this being a 1, this being a -1. So that would be 0, and that would obviously be +1. What that means is he's only got a 50-50 chance of getting the highest level, but I believe that does increase because he's genius, and I believe it also is increased by his educator being diligent. You know what, I'm gonna go for diplomatic. I'm gonna roll the dice. I think we'll only come out a level 3 diplomat, but honestly, it's worth a go just to see how it works. And what type of quality education do you want to spend on him? Well, I guess we're not upgrading the patrol post anytime soon. Learning +4, absolutely. So learning in this has a much bigger impact, like I've said before, than base game CK2 in the sense that it does influence their learning, their actual education, I should say, quite significantly. Excellent. Welcome, Conrad. Your talents will be useful, and by talents, I mean, bigger stickers. Let's go breed slave with, Flora, Jesus. You command Conrad to breed with Flora. Welcome to Game of Thrones. While the guards go to the slave quarters to retrieve Conrad, you have Flora brought before you. I command you to partner Conrad. Flora looks hesitant. Yes, master, I'll do it. Splendid. Now where's the other one? A fine day's work. Flora married to Conrad. There we go. Your sister, De Hesera is responding well to my tuition. Excellent, good news. If you could actually do that for us, that'd be pretty good. So we've got to do our mandatory checks here. Oh, thank God I did. Brendan Rivers. Uncle of Lord Aeneas of Elyria. So this is the three-eyed crow has just turned up at our court. Fair enough. Green Dreams, infirm, because he is obviously the three-eyed crow. And also the crow, or the three-eyed raven. Brendan Bloodraven, sure, you could be my maester. If you could also train children. This was the checks I was just going through here. Or not. Excuse me, bamboozled? Why won't he train children? How about now? Wait, what? Are you seeing that? Hang on. Well, that's strange. That's very weird. For some reason, the train children button is just the turn to the terrain map mode button. Yeah, no, that's not working as intended. Let's try it with someone else. Oh, there we go. So, Brendan, for whatever reason, can't train children. Well, honestly, it's worth a second to try and get this dude to do it instead. 2.8% chance yearly. Okay, you know what? We'll just find a whole new master. To the brilliant Lord Aeneas, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. Look at this dude. No-ho, me too. Too much of an epic gamer. We've got brilliant commander, inspiring leader, flanker, and skilled fighter, and duelist. Holy shit, this dude is an incredibly good marshal with 23 marshal as well. Right, let's put you on board. So you are now sacked. Goodbye. No-ho. Welcome. And train children. There we go. 13% yearly, so still not as good as Brendan Bloodraven. Unfortunately, we didn't really have much of a choice, seeing as the game was freaking out. You can also be a poet. I think the amount he likes you also influences it. Or not at all. I've lied to you all. Right, you go and collect some taxes. We've not got a better treasurer. Oh, he must be our regent. Yeah, shit, that's a shame. Everyone else is looking pretty good. Honestly, the spy master and the treasurer and the justiciar, they're letting us down quite a lot. Oh well, let's get the Castellan overseeing construction. As long as these boys are serving court and training children, that's going to give us the most benefit. Oh god. My Lord Aeneas. My Lord Aeneas. My Lord Aeneas. Volantis is under attack from Pentos and in need of aid. Employee joined a coalition. So this is because he is a saucy Valyrian, we're High Valyrian. So he's sending us, you know, a friendly message in, I assume, Valyrian. Do we want to join him in fighting Triarch Einar, very similar name, in fighting Magister Collio, the Kinslayer, who's got 11,000 men. You've got 14,000 men. My dude, you don't need it. If we say no, though, he will dislike us significantly to the amount that he might declare war on us if we start bordering him, if we take the Howling Bosques or Draconis, for example. No. Not today. I mean, we could have helped out and probably won that one fairly easily between the two of us, but that's not... Oh, fuck. Trusting. Guardian, deal with that. Guardian, please. For the love of God. Trusting is so bad. Diplomacy +1. Alright, you know what? Fine. We need to be very careful about accruing tyranny and dishonor. Otherwise, we're going to get assassinated very, very quickly here. Stop. No, he's not for sale. He's my breeding slave. Hey, get out of here. List is not for sale. Not today. Brendan Bloodraven married Doria Martell. That's not how that works. Sure. And this is, to my knowledge, this is Doran Martell's... This character is Doran Martell's either father or grandfather. I don't remember. we're still like a few years before the start of the series. It's like 30 years now before the start of Robert's Rebellion, I should say. So about 40, 50 years before the actual TV series. Ah, interesting. Okay, everything's messed up. We should probably go and check on, actually, your boy Topbog Spoff. He's lost Stygai, Kuramai, and the Shadow Sea, I guess, to Shadowmen Rebels once again. They are, though, old ones, which is nice to see. You're not Topbog Spoff. What the fuck do you mean? Assassinated? They assassinated Topbog, and now it's friggin' Limmer Spoff? Yeah, I mean, Topbog's been killed, what, 3 times before? So I wouldn't bet too much on that. Maybe he will return. And then, of course, in Gogosos, we have... Oh, look at this guy. Gehenix Toad. What an incredible name. I honestly couldn't have come up with anything better myself. Balesso died under the orders of Lord Eredar Vasquez. One of the patron houses killed him. That's exactly the type of story I was hoping to see out of that. We will check on the Patreon houses, but I'll do it at the end of the video, just before we give, obviously, a shout out to all the patrons. That's kind of cool. When you talk, other children of your age, stop and listen. Hey, authoritative is very, very good. Martial, diplomacy, fear, dragon taming chance. I mean, we're probably the greatest dragon tamer in the world, to be honest with you. Not only are we High Valyrian, giving that ridiculous bonus, we've also got the Relore Faith, giving a whole bunch of extra bonuses, and we've got a Bloodline, and we've got authoritative, and we've got Genius. So... I mean, what else affects Dragon Taming? Like, Wrath, I believe, also affects Taming Chance, because you're being, like, quite tough on it. Brave as well, I believe. Game Popular Ruler. Hey, I said we don't want to be assassinated. That seems like a pretty good step towards that. Auto-stop plots, I need to enable just... Normally, I leave it turned off, because you can imprison people, ransom them out, you know, get rebellions, revoke land, whatever. In this scenario, I think it'd be pretty bad just to let a plot slip under the radar like that. We can now marry our sister, Zapaeryan. Welcome. And... do we have enough money for a wedding feast? We absolutely do. Try and get an heir at the age of 14. Why the hell not? Host a wedding feast. For Lord... I love how ridiculous the names are that they just don't even fit on the screen anymore. Yeah, you know who it's between. I don't need to read that. J.K. Targaryen has arrived in your court. J.K. Martell. Lady Doria of Dawn. And Conrad the Breeding Slave. So, Bloodraven's wife had a kid with one of the breeding slaves. Adulterer. General opinion -5. Temple vassal opinion -5. Huh. Yeah, that's, working as intended, I suppose. I can't complain too much, eh? The best part about holding a wedding is organising the whole event and ignoring all of your relatives that you don't really want to talk about. Oh my god, I love that even said a son was born to Brynden. Wow. The best part about holding a wedding is spending 50 gold. Oof. Owie. Fine. We're inviting 2 people. 50 gold to feed, what, 4 people right now? That doesn't seem right. The guests will be impressed if they were entertained at my feast. Of course, 10 more gold. Goodbye money. Goodbye patrol posts. It shall be a glorious ceremony. All the guests are here. We've got our friend, the Red Priest, Baelaron, and Lord Mavon, or Master Mavon, I should say. We haven't really got any vassals. Jesus, really? It's a wedding with 4 people. Dark Edge Sasuke gains 2 intrigue, as his name would suggest. And now for the feast. And then after this, you get the bedding feast, which increases the chance of a child being born. Bit weird, having a child at the age of 14, but there we go. Welcome to the... It's medieval times. Good news, we've bonded with Dark Edge Sasuke. What was I thinking? I think we'll go for traditional Valyrian-esque names in the future, but I'll put a bit of a spin on them, because obviously we've done that with every campaign. I really can't complain that much. You know, Darksteel, Shadow Dragonlord, and Dark Edge Sasuke. Well, let's be honest, we've had fucking Topbog Spoff and Chode Toad. So why the hell break a habit of a lifetime, eh? Getting the trait Deceitful, that's good. That's going to help out with our intrigue game a little bit. -2 diplomacy, some intrigue, which we were severely lacking. Oh, God. To be honest, it does look like, it does look a lot like Lord Brapaeryan. It's like nothing has changed. You're a hideous character, though. My God. All we need now, Grey Eminence, really seal the deal. This guy's an all-round good character in that. Well, obviously, he's going to be very, very powerful in diplomacy, but all the stats above 10, kind of not what I was expecting, I'll be honest with you, given his sort of turbulent upbringing. You know, father is his guardian, dies, random dude is his guardian, trying to get old Brynden Blood Rivers as well to train him in combat, didn't work. This dude, who's fairly shitty, not incredibly good. Oh, well. What about you? Red Priest, you get nothing. Good day, sir. Absolutely not. You gout-ridden fool. How dare you? What heirloom have we even got to give him right now? Oh, we could have given him a... Oh, apparently we've got a weirwood bow. Hang on a minute. Was that... Original owner Brynden Bloodraven. Oh, shit, he died. How do I find him? We'll go to you, and then we go... Brynden Bloodraven died of cancer. Well, that's sad. The three-eyed raven. Or maybe he just fled north to go and, you know, become a tree. Who knows? That's really interesting. Holy shit. And right on cue, my wife, Dehe Cerasis, is pregnant. Excellent. How old are we? 15. You know what? Take leave for pregnancy. Off you go. Tell my sister wife to take leave. Oof. Owie. Nice. Holy shit, we did actually get grey evidence as well. Kind of surprised at that. 21 diplomacy. Even though we've got trust now, I think we can pretty much talk everyone out of it. The pregnancy has caused my wife to develop quite the unusual taste. Most of what she asks for dinner nowadays ranges from mildly unsettling to positively revolting. A hare's head. Why on earth would you want a fish's eye? Honestly, fish's eye, high in protein. You know what? That's the best one. There you go. You can have that one. You can have the hare's head, I guess. I don't think there was anything wrong with any of them. Getting the trait lustful, she gets minus 20, or we become chaste. She gets plus 20, and they fall in love. I never know which is the best one to pick here, because lustful seems like it would be the best choice. Fuck it, we'll go with that one. Why not? Getting the trait chaste, it'll give us some piety, give us some learning. And she gains plus 20, so it's plus 5% overall for the both of them. Why not? So immediately we go for the business folks and actually try and found that bank. God knows how the hell we're ever going to be able to fund it, though. That's quite a small fortune they're expecting us. We could take out a loan. Take out a loan from a bank to fund a new bank. I'd also like to go on a foreign tour as well, because we haven't done that this campaign, and there is a chance, like I said, weapons, armor, extra skills. We're going to be playing as this character for, in theory, another, 45 years or more. So ideally we want to make him as best as we can possibly make him. Ah, there we go. Sell her. Get rid of... Wait, what? Oh, right, you have to wait for her to be enslaved first. You have to wait for the clamps to be put on. Right, would you like to buy this tiny child for 15 gold? Oh, the implications are horrendous. Hellicent, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. What do we want to buy for Dark Edge Zapaeryan? I mean, he is the backup child. We haven't been educating him, so he's ended up with haughty, indolent, and conscientious. 2 of those of which are just the worst traits you could probably give to a child in the game. We'll educate him, because we are an insanely good educator now. It's 20 gold, to be honest, for a backup heir. I'm just going to have to go for it. Stewardship, and he'll actually end up shitty, so we'll just go for diplomacy, seeing as we're already, a good diplomat. Ah, Shiera, that's cool. Shiera Zapaeryan, ugly, and genius. Probably something to do with the whole inbred thing, eh? And sickly, too. Ugly? Seriously? Damn it, that's a shame. Shiera is a good name, so we will actually keep that one, obviously, in memoriam of, our slightly crispy mother. Dierel, you must attempt to save my Shiera. She lost the trait ugly. She lost the trait genius. Why? So now she's just ugly. You know what? Don't bother. Actually, don't. There's no rush. Honestly, take your time. If you've got other things, if you've got paperwork to do first, don't bother saving the daughter. I guess we'll go with thrift on her. Great. What type of quality education would you like to purchase for your rival, Jaemund? How about none? Why is he my rival? A 12-year-old boy? Huh. Send insult? You have a letter for Jaemund composed and sign it. In short, I despise you. You're a wild boar. Spelt bore, as in like he's boring. And your arrogant ruffian ways, that's a nice double pun. Your arrogant ruffian ways repulse me. Signed, Lord Aeneas of House Valyrian. That would teach that wild boar. Spelt wrong. I don't know if they actually meant like boar, as in like, pig boar. Oh well, never mind. Obviously not. We're not going to educate him. What a weird suggestion. Should we get rid of him? Plot to kill, plot to kidnap him, enslave him, get rid of him? That seems like a fairly good plan. You know when I said let's not try and accrue any tyranny? I just can't help myself. 61% chance the kidnapping is a success. That took no time at all. Not yet, it's too risky. Let's wait. We've got 200% plot power. Oh shit, really? We're already booming? Oh wait, we're booming. Well, there's still one level above that, isn't there? For some time now, the county of Elyria, or country, I suppose, of Elyria, has served as an unofficial training ground for your armies, and there is plenty of open space for which to train and abundant food to feed the troops. A group of senior officials are petitioning you for money in order to erect an official regimental camp. Sounds like an excellent suggestion. 62 gold for 15% extra levy size. Well, I mean, obviously we're going to do that. That's insanely good. 70% chance of kidnapping our rival and getting rid of him. Absolutely, let's do it. Maybe I should have listened to what I said earlier. My wife, Ceresis, is pregnant. Right, if we could get a child that isn't a complete disgrace to the family, that would be pretty good. How do I get rid of dishonor? It's minus 10. Ugh. It's not terrible, though. It's minus 10 general opinion, and with everything else we've got, I mean, we seem pretty good. These little peasants we have a mind to command like slaves, right? Of course, Dark Edge Sasuke would say that. You're under curfew. You can stay in your room and listen to Linkin Park, okay? Right, what did I want to check? I wanted to check what people thought of us, to be honest with you, so that we weren't immediately assassinated. Obviously, Jaemund is not a big fan. Rival? Why have we ended up with so many rivals? My brother? Wait, Shadow Dragonlord is our rival? Huh. Timer on as well, Rolly as well. I guess these were all just childhood events that obviously we didn't get to see. Weird. One of the local brothel keepers in Elyria has recently died. Absolutely will buy them. Monthly wealth. Oh god, Temple Vassal opinion lowered. Lose 60 prestige, but it does give 2.5 wealth. That's quite significant. I mean, it's essentially... I mean, it did almost double what we had there, so obviously we're going to do that. With the collect taxes on top of that, it is almost a double. We had a daughter called Aeneas, who died. And we're depressed. Oh, good. What a great start to this character. 17. And we've already kind of fucked him a little bit. So let's do a quick checkup on what's happening in the rest of the world then. So we've seen what's happening in Gogasos. A little bit of a mess right there. It's nice to see that the Toad Dynasty hasn't been completely wiped out. How are they doing, by the way? 9 living members. You know what? Fair enough. You guys go for it. Well done. It's all his brothers as well. Oh, God. King of Sathorios, King of the Summer Isles. They've split the... Oh, the Ram's going to be in so much civil war, eh? Uncivilized jeweler, adulterer, respected. What are you doing? Oh, well. Topbog Spoff is more important, or what's left of Topbog's empire. Stick, I get out of here. To be fair, he reclaimed some of the land. Oh, and he looks just like... Oh, good. Yeah, he's really following his father's footsteps here. Vassal opinion, -45. Depressed, slothful, proud. Yep, you seem just about what I would expect there. Limmer Spoff. We've had so many Limmer Spoffs. It's just true to the story, eh? And then, of course, in the Patreon Isles, let's see if anything in particular has happened here. To Pump Chump, classic. We've got Hoeth there with... All these characters are so good, though. Look at this. Why has this happened? Okay, he's sturdy. Oh, well, that first guy was actually just incredibly good. Genius, brilliant steward. Just, humble, kind. Why did we never get anything like this? We've got the Mad of Sweet Lotus Vale. We should probably just go to de jure duchies here and make it easier to take a look at everyone. Indigo Straits. We've got... Man, this is insane. Some of these characters are so good. I'm ambitious, honourable. I don't think we've seen anyone knocked out yet. We haven't really given it enough time. We haven't seen anybody sort of grab Palvisgate. I think we'll leave it there. I think that's all I wanted to see. One has become a king. Oh, right, that's House Toad. So who lost their land there was the real question. Sororis. I don't think those were a Patreon house. I think that's just a random dude. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Of course, if you've got any suggestions or any tips, hints, gameplay, others, like a strategy guide from 2007, let me know, and I will take a look. In the meantime, we're going to give a shout out to all of the insane top tier level patrons for making this series possible in the first place, including Big Dick Timmy, Tom Taylor 18, Harik, Lucas Holting, Sean Thornton, Lolros, Haydog, Sidini, Necrophilan, Asuna Kirito, Facundo Vasquez, I'm the Lizard King, Jocelyn Dean Tesla, Michael Mullen, Tyler Birch, Palvis Presley, Logan Thorne, Conspired C, Orcspool, for Average Gamer 419, Escape, Croesus, Vacuous Bacchus, and Tim Bragg. Thank you all for your support on Patreon. And as well, the same goes to Nathaniel Lindbergh, Euphrates, Jimmy, Crazy Fox, Jack Allen, Gabriel Vanders, Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Forrest, Euron DeVries, Duncan217, Zach McDougall, Joseph Beard, Jordan Camel, Harry McGowan, Will Wade, Chris, Sir Thor the Swede, The Sage, Acero, Nick, Fraser Brennan, Kevin Saunders, Betimus Max, The Insane Pickle, Adam Person, Eagle Kozak, Haju Dumar, Noah Gallimore, Panther Pearl, and Alpha Scuff.